Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this is part 3, our third and final part of the colour along in Kerby Rosanes Fragile World, and this is the antelope page. So unfortunately I've had to do a voiceover for this one because the children are just too noisy. They're on holidays from school, so I hope you don't mind the voiceover on this one. So I'll put the pencil colours in the description of the video for this one, but I do also hold them up to the camera. I'm not sure how well you can see them, but the first colour I'm putting down here is the Helioblue Reddish 151. So I'm putting this in all the areas where it's the most heavily greyscaled. So you can see there I'm picking out all the most greyscaled areas for this colour. So, it's been a while since I put part 2 up, hasn't it? It has been a while. I've started a new challenge. I've been playing around with some YouTube shorts. If you've not seen it already, I'm doing the Pantone Art Challenge. So it's basically some little sample cards that you can purchase off of Amazon. And the idea, each card has a different coloured background. And the idea is to incorporate the colour on the card into a piece of artwork. So I've been painting and I've been using gouache. And so far I've done 3 days painting, 3 different paintings. I did a daisy chain on day 1. Day 2 I did Grogu, aka Baby Yoda from Star Wars. And on day 3 I did like a bouquet of pansies. I was really happy with my pansies yesterday. I was super proud. Really proud of it. I always say it doesn't come natural to me. I have to really work at trying to be good at art. So for me, you know, those pansies, I was just like, oh, so amazing. So I hope you can check those videos out anyway. I have made a playlist specifically for the Pantone challenge cards. So I'll pop it in the description of this video. Please do go and check it out and show your support by dropping a little comment on those videos when they pop up. It means the world. It really does make a difference. But yeah, still going in with this blue colour. You might see my hands flapping around as if I'm talking. And that's because I did try and actually film this as a colouring chat, but obviously I had to stop it and do the voiceover because I did have to start this video several times to tend to the children. So yeah, so we've got a few pauses, haven't we? I should have edited them out, but there we go. So I did speed this video up. I think it was only ×2, so I didn't speed it up a whole load. That's why it's still a 20-minute long video. I didn't want to speed it up too fast in case there were people who'd been colouring along from part 1 and part 2 and were expecting a real-time video. I do really apologise, but that's life. That's life. That's life for you. So once I've gone in with this darker colour, the next colour that I go in with is a cobalt blue greenish 144. As I say, I'll have them all linked in the description. Anyway, hopefully I can get all those written in. But me and the 2 of my daughters did go for a routine eye tests at the opticians on Sunday. Was it? Yep, Sunday. And my eldest daughter, she hasn't had her eyes tested since she was in primary school. They do it routinely. As soon as they start primary school, they do a routine eye test. There was never any problems there, but she'd recently started complaining of her eyes getting a bit blurry at times and overlapping words when she's reading. So we just pop down to the opticians. He said she's got perfect vision. He said just sometimes our eyes need to take a break if you're tired, or you know how it is if you're looking at 2 screens for too long, etc. So we just told her to, you know, if she's on the Xbox after 20 minutes she needs to come away and have a break, take a break, give her eyes a rest. Same if she's doing any studying and things like that. My other daughter, she's had glasses since she was about 4 years old, 4 years old. So she's always had what's called a lazy eye. So one eye's always been really very much worse than the other one. And when she was little, she used to have patching, is what they're called, where they put, like, you can get these cute little stickers now with all the floral designs and cute little different designs on them to stick over one eye. You stick it over your strong eye, and then it's supposed to make your weaker eye stronger because that's working harder. So she had that done when she was younger, and it did improve a little bit, but then it didn't. It stopped working. But because she's 12 now, they don't do the patching at this age because they say that it doesn't work. So she's sort of left with this really weak eye now. She's long-sighted as well, so she's always had these glasses. But we was under the eye clinic for a while because at one of her eye tests they spotted some scarring on her eye, and they also said that she had what's called corneal opacities. Now, when we went to that clinic appointment, she actually had an infection as well. Is it called blepharitis or something like that? So she got given antibiotic drops at the time. And this woman, she explained the corneal opacities were like a covering over the eye. And she just expressed how she really needed to keep her eyes clean and keep on top of good hygiene around her eyes, but never really explained anything about these corneal opacities. So we've just always got on with it. She said it was the scarring that was there on the eye was caused by she has dry eyes. So she explained that she's going to need these for the corneal opacities and the scarring and the dry eyes. She's going to need these eye drops for life, basically. So she sent a letter over to our GP to put these drops on repeat prescription forever, basically. And that was that. I didn't really get told much about these corneal opacities. So at our routine appointment with the optician, he said, has anyone explained what these are to you? And I said, not really, no. I said, I did a little bit of a Google, I said, but I wasn't really too sure on what it was. And he said, right, he said, I'll let you know a little bit about it. He said, that basically is like a thin covering that covers the cornea on the eye. He said, and it can weaken your eyesight. There's scarring there. He said, and it can flare up with pollution, dust, mud, sand, basically any sort of dirt she's got to try and avoid. If she does go outside, obviously, even just walking down the street with all the traffic going past, when she gets in the house, she's got to have really good eye care, hygiene. She's got to make sure she's wiping her eyes, bathing her eyes all the time, basically. He said she'll be more prone to eye infections than other people or other children. He said there's not really a cure for what she's got. It can cause sight problems in the future if it does flare up and cause issues. He said, but they don't operate on children because the risks are pretty detrimental, to be honest. The risks of the operation is she could go blind with this operation. I'm not sure what the operation is. I didn't go into details about what exactly the operation was. But yeah, I said they don't carry it out on children. He said the main thing is to keep on top of the eye drops, which she needs to have all the time, regularly. Good eye hygiene. If things get bad down the line when she's an adult, they may choose to operate. Again, I don't know what the operation entails or anything like that. But when corneal opacities were first mentioned to me, my immediate thought was, oh well, is that cataracts? Because I'd heard of cataracts, but I always thought it was linked with older people or getting older. But when I googled corneal opacities, it's a different thing to cataracts. So your corneal opacities are a layer over the cornea, and the cataracts is a layer what goes over the lens of the eye. So, cataracts operations are more I think the safer and more routine. It seems to be a standard operation for the more elderly people. When I've googled this corneal opacity operation, the only thing that pops up is a corneal transplant. Now straight away I thought that doesn't sound good. So I can understand what he meant when he said there's risks to it and it can be detrimental and, you know, it can take the sight. So yeah, I've just got to try and keep on top of these eye drops. But obviously she has got autism and she really doesn't like these drops in. But I've got to do it for her, do you know what I mean? The lady at the clinic, the eye clinic we went to, initially told us 4 times a day for these eye drops, and I was like, oh, she's really not going to like me doing that 4 times a day. But then when we went to the opticians, he said 2 times, twice a day. So that's more manageable. That's like a day and a night. Or if she's been to the park and there's been sand on the park or whatnot, or we've been to the beach and there's sand on the beach, we can come home, bathe the eyes, put the drops in. Well, yeah, that was that, basically. That was that appointment. We've got the dentist on Thursday for the children, so we'll see what that day brings. See if that brings any more dramas. But yeah, back to the picture now. You can see I'm going back in on all the grass, and I did use 3 colours for this grass. Initially, I was only going to use 2 colours. I put an initial colour of May Green 170 down on there, and then I was just going to put another darker colour over the top. But the darker colour that I'd picked out was the grass green, and it wasn't as dark as I thought. So then I went in with an even darker green at the base of the little grass shoots. And it was, what green did I use? It was permanent green olive. Yeah, the permanent green olive. And that gave it the bit more depth that I wanted on there. But yeah, didn't take me too long, this part 3, in all honesty. I think it took me half an hour. I think it was half an hour, something like that. Half an hour to 40 minutes. It was under an hour, basically. But it's back here where I'm going over the grass there. I did use some of the brown ochre on there as well, because in part 2 we just based that little area with a green pan pastel. So I did go in with some brown ochre pencil over there as well, so it looked like the grass was merging into the fur of the animal, if that makes sense. So I thought I would colour these little, I don't know what they're called, these plants, but you do find them around, water sometimes, or am I imagining that? But I thought a nice ochre colour mixed in there, so I used a light yellow ochre, and then I added a Van-dyck-brown, and the pencil, was it a Van-dyck-brown or was it dark sepia? Not really, I've lost the plot. Might have been Van-dyck-brown, but it's teeny tiny, that pencil now. Was it my dark sepia what's tiny? I know, yeah, it's the dark sepia what's tiny, the pencil. I need to order myself some more single stock in some of them. I'll go through my pencil case and see what's what, I think, next time. But this is a 3rd and final part of this colour along, so I would love you to drop me a comment down below. What would you like to see me colour next? I've got some Hannah Carlson, I've obviously got Kerby Rosanes, I've got Camilla Devico, I've got Tim Jeffs, I've got Mr. Cart Mirrors, I've got some Hannah Lynn. There's some gorgeous PDF pages of the new book that she's got that I've got that I could do. I've got the Colourage World 5 book as well, which I've only got a couple of illustrations left in that book, and then I've completed it, so I possibly could do a page in there. With watercolour, I like to use my watercolour in that book. I've got the Ken Matsuda book that I like to do watercolour in as well. What else have I got? I think that's about it. Oh, I've got the new Clara Markova book, if you wanted to see a colour along in that one. Yeah, let me know. Drop me a comment. But I forgot that I could take this page out of the book. I was struggling around here to try and get this colour in, and I'm like, in the end I was like, Krista, why are you struggling with this when you can take the page out? Completely oblivious. It went over my head and then I popped it back in. That's the good thing about this disc binding. It's really, really good for that. Really good for getting into the tiny little bitty areas in the spine. But I think this one is almost done. I'm just finishing up those little flowers. I really don't know what they are. And these look like shield bugs to me, so I really wanted to do them that lovely shield bug green sort of colour. So I based it with a grass green and then I went in with a hooker's green to get that really nice richness. And then I do put some white gel pen detailing in on them just to get a little shine on the little bodies at the end. But they're really cute, really cute. I love shield bugs. I just think, you know, I'm not one for insects, and I really, there's a lot of insects and creepy crawlies that I really don't like. But the shield bugs, I don't know, there's something about them. I just think they're quite cute. In a weird way, they're quite cute. So this is me putting in all those little details on the water. So this is the Uniball Signo white gel pen that I'm using here. I think I started off using my Arteza gel pen, but it's gone really, really weird, my Arteza white gel pen. When I first got them, they was the bee's knees. They was absolutely amazing. And since I've had them a while, they've sort of gone, I don't know what the right word to say, watery, like they've lost their opaqueness and they're quite watery. It's really strange, but they've gone a bit like that, so I prefer to use the Uniball Signo now. But I think I really need to get myself some more of the acrylic white paint pens. I keep saying it and I keep forgetting to actually order them, so I'm murder for that. I'm like, oh, I need this, oh, I need that. But when you're topping up on supplies, it's not as exciting as when you're buying something new, is it? You're like, oh, I need some more of that, I need some more of that. It's not very exciting. New things are exciting. New things. But yeah, I just thought I'll try and get some of these little, you know, I don't know what it's called, the foam on the water, the waves, whatever it is with this white gel pen. Yeah, wing that a little bit. And then I thought, why not? Let's just add a little bit of detailing onto these little floral things. Some dotting detail. It's my favourite thing to do at the minute. I think you'll see it on every page that I have. I actually just paused the recording there because an emergency vehicle went past. That's the good thing about a voiceover, I can actually stop that. Whereas if I was doing it real time, you'd have heard it very loudly. So this is the page done. I hope you enjoyed watching this one. Please do hit the thumbs up on the way out, subscribe if you're new, and don't forget to comment down below what you'd like to see me do a colour along in next. See you soon.